Sure. Apparently I'm muted. You're saying I'm muted? Are you sure I'm muted, Casey? You got your speakers off in there. Try turning the speakers on, see if that changes things. If anyone at home can't hear me, let us know in the comments section. I don't know if you would be able to if you can't hear me, huh? I don't know how it works. How are we sounding over there, Casey? Oh, we got a thumbs up. We're good. Victor, good to see you. Good to see everybody. I see those eyes popped up in the top screen. And welcome to another fantastic episode of Zenescope's Retailer Live Streams. As you can see, we've got a new format here. Thank you, Victor. And you have your names popping up on the side. Pretty impressive. Shout out to Casey for playing around with this program, getting it all set up. It'll be a little bit of a maiden voyage, if you will, as we test out this stream together. Hey, voyage stream. I'm on top of things today. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. A few things that I just want to say. Give us a little classic introduction here. If this is your first time joining us, this is what we're calling our retailer live stream. We try and do them once a month, and this is something that we started as a way to kind of connect and give back to local brick and mortar comic book stores. As many of you know, brick and mortar comic book stores are the lifeblood of not just Zenescope, but the entire comic book industry. You go into a comic book store, it's a magical place. The smells, the sights, the sounds, the comic book industry would not be where it is without these physical locations. So we started this stream service, what have you, as a way to give back to all of our partners, all of the stores that help support us. And, hopefully we get a little community thing going on here. So we're going to be bringing on our good friends from Comic Hero U. Comic Hero U. Forget Professor Xavier's, forget Star Academy. This is the university for you. So we're going to have a little interview with Enrique here in just a second. And then afterwards, we're going to jump into our sales segment with Jason in the studio. And half of the proceeds from today will be going to Comic Hero U. So be sure to buy, spend, and just enjoy. So Enrique, if you are ready, I'm going to bring you on screen.
I'm good to go.
All right. Hey, how you doing, Enrique?
I'm good. Just trying to figure out this camera sitch, but other than that, I think I'm good.
Well, you're coming through. Oh, well, we got a vertigo situation going on here. That's
yeah.
You're stuck in the phantom zone there.
Yeah. Yes, I'm wide on my camera right now, but this is the front-facing camera. So if I go this way, I think it looks better, but we still have the borders on the outside. So whatever you prefer is what I'll go with.
Hey, that looks fine to me. We can see you. We can hear you. You're looking great, by the way.
Thanks, man.
So, Enrique, thank you so much for joining us today. How's everything out where you are?
Pretty good. Just getting busy. It's the Tuesday. New comic book shipments arrived today, and then we also have Star Wars Celebration going on this weekend, and people are starting to arrive. So I've actually had a pretty busy morning from people getting into their hotels and situated, and then out looking for some comic stores today.
Wow, that's very cool. So do you have like a lot of Star Wars stuff kind of set up in anticipation of this crowd coming through?
I wasn't expecting them to start showing up this early. I do have, say, like a selection of Star Wars stuff. We just got some more Star Wars merchandise in today that I haven't been able to put out yet. But we will have like a little section that'll be dedicated to the Star Wars celebrations. When people walk in, the first thing you see is, oh, look, Star Wars stuff. This is my spot.
Nice. Yeah, perfect. Right front and center. You know your audience. You know what they're looking for. Very cool. So how long, tell us a little bit about, yourself. And I guess, everything needs an origin story. So how did you get started?
All right. So we'll take the long story, right? So when I was a kid, I was a Spanish speaker first. And growing up, I had certain teachers that basically said I wasn't really going to amount to much in life because I couldn't speak the language, right? Not untrue, but it could have been
Right.
told a bit softer to me, right? So at the time, my folks were getting this house built, and every now and then we would travel from my grandmother's house that we were staying in over to this house that was being constructed. I remember my dad gave me $1 one time. We stopped at a 7-Eleven. And I walked in and I saw this rack of comic books, back in the time when they had comic books at 7-Elevens. And I saw a Spider-Man comic book. And I was like, I just saw this guy on TV. I want to, buy it and give it a try. And I don't know what it was, but, some magical alchemy of the picture with the word started to help me understand and comprehend what it was that I was reading. So, say by the end of my second grade year, I was starting to read at a third grade level. I wasn't able to really articulate very well. That came later with theater and stage performances. But at the very least, I was starting to understand how to speak, or rather how to read and understand what I was reading, all through Spider-Man comic books. And then you fast forward, say, to my high school years, and in high school, I started going to this one guy's comic book shop that was really local to the comic book store. And this guy then moved his comic store closer to my house. So, every Wednesday I would walk over to his house, and I became very good friends with him to the point where he needed somebody to cover the register for a bit. And so I, filled in for a weekend. And then that one weekend turned into like 3 months, turned into, hey, dude, we need somebody to go to conventions with me. And so I went to San Diego Comic-Con. It was the very first time that I'd gone in a work capacity. And when I was working there, the owner of the store, my buddy, saw that, one, I was really good at selling, and I was comfortable there to where he could walk away and find product to buy and resell. Ultimately, I became a part of his road crew. So, I was a regular there at the shop, but when it went to conventions, I was there with him all weekend. That's actually where I met Jason years and years and years ago, was at a con. So worked for him right out of high school, maybe about 10, 15 years, give or take. Before I came to the realization, we were at Chicago Comic-Con. And I remember at Chicago Comic-Con, he basically walked away from the booth the entire weekend. And while he was gone, I sold as much as I possibly could. He came back at the end of the weekend, did a count. We probably made about $15,000 to $20,000 that weekend. And he's like, dude, you made this much money in 3 days by yourself. And I was like, well, it's a lot easier for me to sell when you're not here butting into my sales, On the drive home, I kind of, just really thought about it. I was like, dude, I made this dude $20,000. He's going to pay me for the entire weekend, maybe $300. I think it's time for me to venture off on my own. And then in September of 2011, this was roughly around the time that DC just did its major shakeup after Flashpoint decided to do the New 52. Mm-hmm. September 2011, my store opened to coincide with the launch of this new DC venture. So, I was brand new, and, other stores were sold out, but I still had all these DC books. And so that kind of started me on the path that I am now. I'm in my third location. I've had to move 3 times. And the current spot is right next door to an AMC movie theater. And when I say right next door, I mean, you cannot walk into the lobby of this movie theater without walking in front of my store.
Wow.
Yeah, it has been a great location for us. We'll be here at the very least for the next couple of years, and then see what happens.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is, I can't think of like better prime real estate than like right next to, like, maybe if you had like an arcade on the other side, like, but other than that, you must
be here.
So there you go. You have an arcade in the shop?
In the shop, yeah. So when I was a kid, my grandfather took me to my very first comic book store, and the comic store was like wall-to-wall comics. The store was like wallpapered with comic books. And then this guy, let's just say you had like 35 cents in change. He would always charge the change and give you 50 cents because he had an arcade and would get every penny that I would bring into that store. So, you know, in my store, we have the same thing. So you can see a couple machines behind me, and then here's kind of the.
Whoa! Holy cow! You got the full setup. Oh my gosh! You got Dance Dance Revolution in there.
Yeah, we got a dance. So we've got Johnny Mnemonic pinball.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Iron Maiden pinball.
Hell yeah!
Fullerton, some Star Wars, Doctor Who, and then yeah, like Dance. We got Ninja Turtles, House of the Dead. You know, and then on this side, we've got like our fighting game rows. So we've got Mortal Kombat, and we got Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. We've got Street Fighter 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We've got a Neo Geo, classics like
Neo Geo.
We've got Galaga. I mean, we've got something like 25 machines, and you know, constantly looking at you know, changing the arcade up. We're looking at getting a Godzilla pinball machine and an Elvira House of Horrors pinball machine, and that'll take the space of two of the, like, say, the lower earning machines. Not to say that they don't do well, just the ones that don't do as well will be replaced by these two pinball machines.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way to do it, because I mean, the way that I mean, then you get like a constant stream of people coming in, you know, to check out like the new games and everything.
Exactly.
But would you mind?
Learn from this particular AMC theater here is this AMC theater doesn't have an arcade in it. It doesn't have a gift shop or anything right there in the lobby, right? So for me, when I first moved in, I even remember the manager saying like, "Oh my gosh, dude, you guys are like, finally people will have something to do when they get here early for a movie, because before then you're here half an hour early and you're just wandering around the lobby or sitting in a bench outside. And now with us, people can actually come early. You're on a date or whatever. You know, you play some games and then you go watch a movie, or you come afterwards. Either way, for me, I have the doors open when the machines are turned on. You're going to come in here. You're going to drop $1. You may not buy a single comic book or toy or whatever I got here, but I'm going to get $1 out of you from one of these machines."
No, that's absolutely the way to do it. You know, we were talking with another store manager with one of these streams a couple months ago, and they were basically saying, you know, the entire point is that you should be able to just go in and spend time, you know, and hopefully by spending time, you know, you will end up just by, you know, course of nature spending money. So if you can create an environment where people just like to hang out, which is like the fact that AMC theater, arcade, comic books, I mean, that's golden. I mean, I'm still blown away. That's crazy.
Yeah, it works out pretty good for us so far. And then in the same complex, probably in the next year or two, right next door to the AMC theater, in the same parking lot, they're going to put apartments here. So, you know, hopefully we get some families that move in there. We got a Costco right next door. We got an Amazon Fresh next door, all sharing the same parking lot. So realistically, the people that, you know, move in here don't really have to go anywhere, because you got the movie theater, you've got your groceries, you know, and you got a place to just kind of hang out that's safe for kids, safe for families, you know, and that's kind of always been our thing, right? Community first. We want kids, we want families, we want people to come in and know that this is a safe place for anybody to come and just kind of kill a little bit of time.
Yeah, exactly. That actually reminds me of another thing. One of our other managers was talking about, kind of like, you want to be building up that next generation, you know, because like once, you know, the current reader base is, you know, dead and gone and underground, you know, who's going to be reading this stuff? So you got to kind of keep nurturing that and building up a community. And I'm sure, I know for a fact that just like you had that experience going into the 7-Eleven and getting that Spider-Man comic, there's probably some kid that's gone into your shop and like has just been completely, you know, blown away by the.
You know, I'll tell this other story too. So in the middle of the pandemic, so this is 2019, everything is locked down, right? We're, you know, comic book stores struggling, figuring out what are we going to do to build a revenue stream. And I remember having a conversation with my mother about it. you know, and so I was coming up with this program that like basically would have people spend like just donate money to the store, and you're going to buy comics for a pool customer. I thought that was kind of lame because pool customers are kind of adults, and you know they have their own jobs or whatever. And then my mom came up with this idea. It's like, you know, elementary schools are giving out lunches to kids. What if you gave away comics to the kids when they picked up their lunches? And I was like, you know, that's not a bad idea. So I reached out to the school district, and they were on board. So, you know, I opened up this charity, so to speak, and people started donating money. I ended up donating maybe upwards of like 6,000 comic books to the school district, and it got picked up by NBC News. They did a whole segment on it, and it got picked up by their sister network, Galavisión. So it was like international. I got press in Mexico and, you know, Latin American countries. And I didn't think it was that big a deal, realistically. I just, you know, wanted to put comics in the hands of kids because, like you said, you know, there might be somebody out there like me who is struggling and doesn't know how to voice that they are struggling. And so just put a comic book in front of them, and maybe this is the thing that works. If it worked for me, it's bound to work for somebody else. And in the segment, you see this little boy picking up a comic book, and man, was this kid excited that he got lunch and a comic book for free, you know? So I'm a firm believer that comic books are just, they're just like any other literature out there, right? It's a morality play. You can learn as much from a comic book that you can from Shakespeare, but the teachers have to understand that it's more than just superhero stuff. I mean, Zenoscope does as much as that with the Grimm fairy tales, the original, that were morality plays. You know, you can learn a lot about these comic books if you just give them a chance.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't have said it any better myself. That was very well put. Mwah, chef's kiss.
I've been a big component of this, man. I'm constantly doing things with the school district in the hopes of getting more kids in here. Like you said, man, this industry is going to live or die by whether or not the youngsters are coming in and reading these books. So you have to do what you can to get the youngsters involved. You know, like I know comic books have a giant speculative market, and there's people that are constantly making money, and that's fine. But you have to teach the children that comics are more than that. Comic books are where you can learn things that you would never ever be able to pick up because you wouldn't give it a chance, right? If you're bored of Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, you know what? Pick up a comic book that has something similar, and you're going to learn the same exact thing. You know, and it's pictures and words, so kids don't even know that they're learning. You know, a program that I'm in the middle of trying to work on is basically teaching or treating a comic book like a play, right? Like a radio play. So you would take a comic book, let's just say Archie, for example, take it to a school, and you get like 5 kids. You're playing Archie, you're playing Betty, you're playing Veronica, you're Jughead, you're Reggie, and then teach them, you know, like just have them read the book and then teach them in character. So they're learning comprehension, they're learning vocabulary, you know, and then they get to perform it. So they're getting comfort. They don't even realize that they're reading because they're having a good time.
And you said you did theater yourself, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So that even kind of like doubles up. You're bringing in all of these passions together.
Exactly. Like, you know, I've been an English speaker for most of my life now, so you probably don't notice much or anything as to whether or not I have an accent or not. And a lot of that was because of theater, right? Theater is where I learned how to articulate and how to form words, and how to, you know, one, get rid of my accent and speak like a regular American, you know. And I think, again, there are kids out there that can learn very much the same thing. You're learning how to read, you're learning how to articulate, and articulate with confidence, I think, because that's a very important thing as well. When you're, you know, depending on what your future profession is going to be, you don't want to sound like a person who's up there talking, you know, hemming and hawing, and you want to be able to speak with confidence. And when you do, even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. You sound right.
Exactly. Amen to that. So would you mind, because and first off, I did see, thank you to Casey or Jason or whoever put the link in the chat, but I think we do have the link available to that story you were talking about of the schoolwork. So anybody who's watching wants to check that out, the link is in the chat. Definitely go take a peek. And you're on all social media too. I was on your Facebook earlier. You do your own comics too, right?
We do weekly comic strips every Sunday, our Sunday funnies. We post them on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website. The website is where you would get the clearest image, right? It's the most unedited version, but all the Sunday funnies are literally interactions that I have with customers. Like this literally happened yesterday, no exaggeration. I was speaking with a customer. The customer came in. He's been a regular for years, and we gave him his subscription, and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna check the wall. By the way, nice pants. Nice pants. Okay." So I sit down and look at my pants, and I had them inside out. I was like, "Oh no!" So I quickly run to the restroom, take my pants off, put them back on the right way, and just come back on. There's just certain things you just can't make up. Certain questions that customers ask, and I can't believe you're asking this question. I don't know how to answer it without making both of us sound stupid. We've done well over 300 of them, so you can go through the entire history of the comic strips, and I'm sure there's something in there that somebody could relate to, because some of these are just so bonkers you can't believe they're real, but they're real. Even the ones where I travel through time, those are real too.
So the one where the guy was saying, you're talking about getting stabbed versus getting shot.
Oh yeah, that's the conversation we had at the register. Yeah, I was talking with my employee, and we were just, I forget what even sparked the conversation, but we're sitting there and we're talking, and it was like, I wonder what would hurt more, getting stabbed or getting shot. Like, well, I once dropped a knife on my foot, and that kind of hurt. And this random dude just comes up and is like, when you get stabbed, it hurts initially, but then when you get shot, it hurts the next day, something like that. And then we look at each other, and then the dude just disappeared, and we didn't know how to react. And I was like, that guy just dropped some. Well, I got shot by a BB gun once. That hurt pretty bad. So yeah, stuff like that happens all the time. I mean, you can go through them and find all matter. One that a lot of retailers tend to relate to, and this was a conversation we had in like a retailer forum, is we were talking about how, when the store is quiet and nobody's around, this is a time that we want to have lunch, right? We got nothing to do. Let's go have lunch. And the moment you pick up your sandwich or whatever, and you're about to take a bite, is the moment a whole group of people comes in, right? So there's a bit that we have there was like, all right, it's quiet, about to eat, and then boom, everybody's here. And it's like, well, if we really want to make money, we might as well try to eat all day long, because we'll have a constant flow of people in the store. Anytime we want to do, and the moment I have to go to the restroom, same thing. It's like, oh man, I shouldn't have had that burrito in the morning, and then you just got to go. And the moment I'm going to get up and go to the restroom, I lock the door. Nope. That's when somebody comes in. Now I have to wait, an hour, 2 hours before I finally get to go make some boom boom,
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's just the way it goes. That's the nature of the universe,
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So would you mind, we got a little tour of your kind of like arcade cabinet section.
Sure.
I personally would love to see the rest of the store, and I'm sure the people in the comments would. Would you mind giving us a little more of a tour?
Absolutely. So we'll start with the front door, right? So that you see what we walk in. So this is the front door. And as soon as you walk in, directly in the back, so that's where my new releases are, right? And all the way over, this section right over here, all the way down to the very end, this is all dollar books. And that includes these filing cabinets down underneath.
Oh, nice.
And there's 2 rows of, filing cabinets. So we basically have this entire row of dollar sections. And then over here is much more recent comic books. And then same thing, we got more comic books in the filing cabinets in the middle, and then all the way down below. And then so then we walk all the way to the end where our new releases are. So this is kind of what I work on every week. So this wall will change, because this is where the Wednesday's releases are going to end up being. And then anything older than this ends up on this wall. So that's where, the last, say, month's worth of comic books or longer, just depends on how I want to do things. So if we go down this aisle, we have a couple trades. I tend to have this section right over here as a section where I have like things that are related to movies or TV shows that people might be familiar with. You've got Super Pets, the movie coming out. She-Hulk is about to come out. You had Eternals recently come out. Sweet Tooth, The Boys. So this tends to be like my You know, it was on the page first. Now it's, you know, if you've seen the movie, now check out the comics.
Right.
And over here, we have our probably hard to see, our Sideshow statues, Bishuju statues, Dynamite Women of Marvel statues. Some of the bigger statues are right there.
I
Again,
think I
probably.
saw, was that an Alice in Wonderland statue there?
Yeah, so this is, let's see, so this right here, that's the Alice in Wonderland, the J. Scott Campbell Fairy Tale Fantasies. Right next to her is Tinkerbell. And then we have the Spider-Man and Mary Jane by Campbell. And then we have over here Cinderella, also by J. Scott Campbell. We have some G.I. Joe Bishuju statues, a mix of Marvel and
Power
DC
Girl.
statues. Yeah, Power Girl. And then over here we got you've got Ash Williams in the back. You've got some My Little Ponies in the front. Then you have Tiffany from the Child's Play also in the back. We also tend to have some of our Funko Pop Chase figures down here at the bottom under lock and key, so people not to walk out with them. And then we have our little poster display. This is right in front of the door when you walk in. So when you walk in, this is the first thing that'll greet you is our little poster display. And then also we have a couple other Funkos. So this is also like one of the first things you see when you walk in the door. Directly across from that, this is where I have a majority of my Funkos and keychains and Star Wars figures. So most of our toys are basically right in front of where the register is. So this is the register area. This is where I sit. This is my kingdom. And then we have, you know, kind of some high-end comic books directly behind me. Some more statues in the case next to us, miscellaneous goodies. This is a bit of a mess right now because this is the Tuesday, you know, pickup of the new merchandise and stuff. But we have some board games up on top, and then more statues in the glass case down below. And then kind of one of our creme de la cremes over here that a lot of people tend to spend a lot of time on is my Wallow comics over here. So we have this slap board with these little plastic cases, and so we got a lot of key issues, you know, higher end books, things that I want to, you know, kind of feature interlocking covers. And if we look up at the top here, that is where my
Zenoscope.
Yeah, we got some Zenoscopes up on top. A lot of the exclusive ones, including a couple of, oh man, I can't see, a couple of 9.8 graded, Z-rated books. You know, we have one customer in particular that Jason is aware of, and this gal loves everything. I don't think I'm going to say her name correctly. Sun Kamunaki.
Yes.
Loves all her work. So anytime she comes up with a Z-rated one in particular, she wants it. I mean, we even got like the sticker set. We got 3 of them. I got them for myself, and I put them on my little water bottle. You know. And then you know, a couple of them I tend to order and then, you know, submit to get graded, and then we have, you know, some 9.8s available. So if there's anybody that wants some Z-rated 9.8 books, you know, we have a few readily available. So some of this stuff I'm not allowed to sell on eBay, but I can sell them on the website. So if you guys are local and want some of this stuff, let me know, because those are the 3 that I currently have available, but I do have a stack of other books that I plan on submitting that Jason tends to send to me in really good shape. So keep that in mind.
Nice. And shout out to Jason too for for coordinating and stuff. But
yeah,
no, that is so awesome.
He's a great guy, man. He takes care of me. I'm very thankful for his friendship, his relationship. I mean, it was lucky that I got to meet him all that long time ago. So he's been very, very good to me. And you know, again, like that customer came to me and was like, I really like Sun's work, and it's funny, I think I can get these Z-rated books for you. So let me know what you want. All of them. I want all Sun Z-rated comics. You got it. I will get you all the Sun comics.
Nice. That's all right. I will give it out to Phil Zill here with his comment. Phil Zill says, I hear Jason licks all the books before he sends them. I heard that too.
9.8s, folks. That's why they're 9.8s.
Exactly. Smart thinking.
You
Well,
know?
Enrique, we are just out of time now, going on 30 seconds. So if there's anything else that you want to leave any of the viewers at home with, we got your website in the chat.
Yeah, so you mentioned the website. I pretty much touched upon the charity and everything that we do here. Guys, feel free to reach out to me through social media. Email me, comicheroU@gmail.com. If you have any questions, if there's something on the website that you don't see that you know I have, contact me. There's a lot of stuff I don't have. Feel free to let me know. I will do what I can to accommodate. We do ship, we do mail. So just let me know what you need. I'll take care of you.
Awesome. Well, Enrique, thank you so much for joining us today. It was honestly, one, I'm in love with your store, and
Thank
it
you.
was an absolute pleasure to talk with you. Good luck
Likewise.
with all of the charity and outreach, because that all sounds, one, it's a great cause, and it all sounds fantastic.
Thank you.
And I'm really glad that you're doing that.
Just one quick edit. It's comicheroU@gmail.com. And I think you have it as just comichero@gmail.com.
comicheroU@gmail.com.
Yeah. But thank you so much for having me, man. This was great. Yeah, please, if you guys are local, please come in and check us out. And I would love to take care of you and talk comics.
All right. Sounds good, man. Well, we'll get some selling here, and hopefully we'll make you some cash.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
All right. Have a good one.
You as well. Bye-bye.
All right. So big thank you to Enrique. Holy guacamole. That is one of the coolest stores I think I've seen. That is like the arcades, the long boxes. Anyone at home, maybe you know this, maybe you don't. I'm a huge fan of filing cabinets. It sounds stupid. I have my own. But when I see them working for comics, that's the way to do it. All right. Enough of my rambling. Go check out Enrique's stuff. But first, we're going to go back to the studio where Jason is going to give you some deals.
All right. So I want to say a huge thank you to Enrique. You want to kill that? Yep. Thank you. Huge thank you to Enrique. Really glad that we were actually able to meet face to face. Enrique is just one of those great comic shop owners, just one of those great, you could obviously tell how intelligent he is, how passionate he is about his store, about the books he's selling, about the location he's in. Just a fantastic location there. Enrique, if I'm you, I would never give that location up. Big fan. You're literally replacing the arcade. I don't think I've ever been in a movie theater that's current that doesn't have an arcade. So for you to be able to supply that, I would think you actually make more from the arcade itself than you do probably from some of the comic books that you sell. Just a win-win-win for you there. But again, just great to see an awesome guy like that, an awesome shop like that, doing as well as he's doing. Obviously pushing our books. Enrique, we can't thank you enough for pushing our books, for carrying our stuff, for providing Sun Kumanaki to the fan that you have. I do not lick the comic books that I send out. Thanks for playing, but now I'm looking for I hunt 9/8. 9/6 to me is acceptable, but I hunt 9/8. I do that for all my customers. Quite a few of you, you know who you are. All right, dudes, let's rock and roll. Let's get to some new releases. So first up, I want to talk about Jasmine. So what you would do is if you're interested in Jasmine, if you're interested in the book that I'm going to show you, it would be New Release 1 or NR1. Just put NR1 into the notes. Please specify whether you want to have an A, B, or a C cover sent to you. And then also specify whether you want to have it signed or unsigned. So this book could actually be signed by Joe and by Dave. The writer's actually Jenna Lynn Wright. Sorry, I should have known that. The writer's actually Jenna Lynn Wright, but Dave and Joe, also Ralph, would have a lot to do with the story, whether the editing, the story itself, that kind of thing. So what we're doing is we're taking down. Are you seeing these comments? Are you able to kind of scroll through and?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Okay, so
nice.
And keep your Excel file up at the same time.
Yep.
So you're doing both on the same computer. I can tell you right now that's going to be a little difficult, dude. It's going to be not so bad for this type of stream, but I can tell you right now for the other stream, that's going to be unbelievably chaotic. The iPad's just not working?
The iPad's not working right now.
Oh, no. All right, so I want to tell you a little bit more about Jasmine. I want to tell you a little bit more about what you're looking at there. So this is one of our Grim Spotlight, one of our Missing Legends stories on Jasmine. Jazz, you may be aware of from our graphic novel, Jasmine, too, as well. So Jasmine has kind of become a genie already in this book. She makes a new friend in the area that she is kind of transported to, and she ends up battling with an enemy who is looking to destroy all genies, basically, and absorb all their powers and so forth. So this is a great spotlight or a great standalone story based on one of our fantastic characters, is Jasmine. She kind of like, again, is battling this evil being that is looking to basically absorb her powers. As you can see, there are some absolutely fantastic covers. So the cover A that you see there is by Igor Vitorino. Igor Vitorino would be cover A, and then cover B is Riviero, and then cover C is Ivan Tao. We were fortunate enough to meet Ivan Tao at Philadelphia Fan Expo. Was kind of escaping my mind. We were fortunate enough to meet Ivan Tao. If you've never met Ivan Tao at a convention, I highly recommend going to see this young man. I think he was just down at MegaCon. He was posting some pictures. He met Ken Lashley. I've met Ken Lashley before, too. I'm a huge fan of Ken's, too, as well. He's just one of the most personable, one of the nicest guys. But Ivan Tao, kind of what I mentioned, again, doing the C cover there, just another fabulous cover artist. All the cover artists that we deal with, Igor Vitorino, Riviero, Ivan Tao, just absolutely fantastic gentlemen for us to be working with. But again, each one of these covers, each one of these books is the same story inside. So you're getting Jasmine, again, battling with this this evil force, this evil being, basically looking to steal all of her genie powers, that kind of thing. So again, this is cover A, and that's Ivan Tao. I think you've already shown cover B and cover C, so I'm not really going to flash those up. But again, the story's the same in each book. Just wanted to make you aware of, please specify it's NR1A, NR1B, or NR1C. And then also, if you want to have it signed by Joe or by Dave, they can both sign this book, and the signatures are, of course, free. Okay, so the next new release that I want to talk about is Van Helsing. It's actually Van Helsing Bloodborne. So Bloodborne also has 3 covers. If you want to put that up, this would be actually NR2. So it would be new release 2. So the difference here would be, well, you know what? I gotta take a pause, dude. We got to say happy birthday to Pat Shand. All right. Oh, happy birthday to Pat Shand. Pat is now back with us writing. Pat is doing some fantastic writing for us. In fact, I got a graphic novel coming up a little bit later of Pat's. And then also, too, Pat is the writer, I should say, of this Van Helsing Bloodborne, too, as well. I was hoping to be able to see Pat at Phoenix this weekend, but unfortunately, he's not able to make the show. I am going to be able to catch up with Howard Mackey and Raven Gregory, Mike DeBalfo, just to name a few people, writers of ours, cover artists of ours that are going to be at Phoenix. Hopefully, if you guys are going to Phoenix, I can tell you right now, please make sure you stop by our booth. Make sure you go over and see Raven. Make sure you go over and see Mike DeBalfo. Absolutely fantastic people that we work with. So again, this will be new release 2. So Van Helsing, obviously this features our steampunk vampire slayer character. This is Liesel, basically a good friend of her who's a scientist. This guy, Alex, he's creating in his lab. He winds up creating a specimen. The specimen actually keeps on growing and growing. And you can actually see the specimen it kind of turns into right there on cover B that you can see there. Turns into this creature, kind of takes over the lab, takes over the school, that kind of thing. They wind up battling this being and so on and so forth. So again, please specify whether you want cover A, cover B, cover C. This is only $5.99 for new release 2. I should have specified the new release 1 is actually $8.99, and it's also 72 pages, so it is an oversized. This is a double-sized, so a normal comic is actually about 21, 22 pages. This is 32 pages of content, and that's why it's $5.99.
Oh,
so again, NR2, and again, it's NR2A, NR2B, or NR2C. And once again, they can be signed by Joe or Dave. So Joe or Dave also helped Pat, I guess, do the story on this. They did, along with David Wall, actually, as well. So Pat did the writing and the story by David and Joe, too, as well. Joe can sign literally everything that we do. So that's why Joe can put a signature on there. All right, so again, this is basically our female vampire slayer. again, teaming up with his scientist, Alex, who winds up creating a creature from a specimen that just kept basically growing and growing and getting out of control when he left his lab. And when they go back to check on the lab, obviously things have gone awry. So again, NR2, A, B, or C, please specify whether you want to have the book signed or unsigned. Another new graphic novel that we just got in. This one actually happens to be written by Ben Mears that we want to talk about today is Mystere. I am a huge fan of Ben's writing style. Big fan of Mystere too as well. So Mystere in this graphic novel. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Slide to the left.
Oh, slide over here.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So that is to the left, dude. All right, so what we're doing is we're keeping up the graphic novel. For some reason, Casey wants to keep my ugly mug on the camera, so let's do that. So again, if you're interested in Mystere, it is $19.99. This basically features our Mystere characters. So Mystere not only has the ability to raise the dead, she has the ability to communicate with the dead too as well. She can almost kind of use the dead as an army behind her if she needs to, or if she so chooses to. So in Mystere, this graphic novel, she's kind of given up the powers of being Mystere. She's trying to acclimate herself back into a normal life, a life of basically not using her powers, just basically trying to create, just trying to be a young lady in society and so forth. But she's kind of forced to use her powers as she realizes that bad things start happening, people start dying, that kind of thing. So she is forced to kind of go back and become Mystere once again. So first of all, I'm a big fan of this. Again, it kind of has like a what you call like a homeless shelter, a soup kitchen or whatever that she's running. She's basically trying to normalize her life that way and just work in this soup kitchen, trying to help homeless people and so forth. Because Mystere at one point was actually homeless herself. So she's basically trying to normalize her life, do that. But turns out some of the people that are homeless that are going to the soup kitchen are actually being killed. She finds out about the blacksmith, and things kind of go for a ride from there. So actually really evil character, the blacksmith, and then there's also another evil character in there. And her name kind of escapes me at this point. But again, if you're interested in Mystere, just put graphic novel 1 into the notes and it shall be yours. Again, graphic novel 1, and also you can have it signed too as well. You would have it signed by Joe and Dave too as well. So again, this one actually has a story by Joe, Ralph, and Dave, and it's written by Ben. And I really enjoy Ben's writing style because it's very different than Ralph, than Joe, than Dave. And I could say, obviously, 80% of what I'm reading is probably by those 3 gentlemen. But Ben, if you've ever read Hellraiser in comics, kind of has, again, just a very different style. And it's unique to me, and I really enjoyed actually rereading Mystere. I hadn't read it since the single issues came out. And I want to say it's easily a good 3 and 4, possibly even 5 years ago. So again, this is the graphic novel Mystere, and it collects 5 issues inside, and it is $19.99. Just put it into notes, and it shall be yours if you're interested. All right, so the book I wanted to talk about by Pat Shand too is Ascension. All right, so Ascension's an oldie but a goodie. We're doing this bad boy for just $9.99. So normally if you go to a comic shop, this would be $15.99. If you bought it online, probably anywhere from $12.99 to at least $15.99. We're doing it for just $10 today, okay? So again, written by the birthday boy himself is Pat Shand. This one actually features Sela. A lot of you know what's happened to Sela in her past or whatever. I'm not going to kind of get into that if you don't know what's happened to Sela. So let's talk about Ascension first off. So Ascension, it's basically a being that is created by what you call the Maker. You can call the Maker God if you want to. So the being is basically almost trying to emulate the Maker. Winds up killing the Maker and wants to almost kind of control the Grimm universe. And he wants to start with Earth and taking over Earth and so on and so forth. So this forces Liesel, forces Sela, Shang, and other basically realm knights to fight off the being and so forth. Because what he is perceiving to be creating a universe or creating an Earth without evil or creating an Earth without bad is not necessarily a good thing. For instance, one of the reasons why he goes to Earth is to wipe out a prison. He just basically says everybody that's in there is bad. Everybody in there is no good. So he just literally kills all these prisoners all in one fell swoop by having the building kind of collapse on them. But it turns out there's innocence in there. There's people actually in there looking to get out on parole, looking to do good things, looking to become good people. Maybe they had a bad past, what have you, but the being just wipes him out anyway. And then he kind of realizes what he did and kind of regrets it. So again, basically our Realm Knights, along with Sela, along with Shang, along with Liesel, trying to fight off the being. And again, I'm only doing this for $9.99. Keep in mind too, all the proceeds, or half of the proceeds, I'm sorry, from all the books that we're selling are going to Enrique and Comic Hero U. So this is kind of what we do with these store streams. We like to be able to give back to local comic shops, be able to give back to comic shops that support us. Like Enrique mentioned, he and I have a long-standing relationship. I want to say Enrique's been buying from me easily for 8-9 years now. I'm now in my 10th year with Zenoscope, but I want to say I met Enrique at a show very early on. I can't remember, Enrique, you have to forgive me. I want to say it was easily 7 and 8 years ago where he approached the booth and we just kind of spoke, hit it off really, really well, and we've had a relationship ever since. Now, I can't say he's been buying from me for 8 years now directly, but he's always been selling our books through Diamond. Diamond being our distributor, and now has come back around to where he's buying a lot of the variants and doing really well with them. So we value his business greatly. So it's our way of giving back to a local comic shop. Again, so half of the proceeds of everything that we're selling are going to my main man, Enrique. All right, let's get to everybody's favorite part of the show, dude. Let's get to some of the incentives that I mentioned. So please don't put book 1 or book 2 or book 3 into the notes. Make sure you wait until the banner is up before you put in a code for it. This is where I got a feeling you're going to struggle if you don't have an iPad. Is it working now? Oh, you're ready to rock now.
I'm dual in, actually.
All right. So, yeah, but can you get just the comments on your iPad?
I have like an on the bottom,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's
Okay.
as good as it gets.
All right. Yeah, because I was gonna say last time Di did it, she had literally a full screen full of nothing but comments, and she didn't have me on there at all. Yeah, I'm wondering if you can get it that way. No, could you stop over and see if you can get the iPad going where it is just comments? Like, you know what I mean? So that way she doesn't have to view me in particular on the iPad. She can just literally just look at the chat line and be able to see. So that way I want to be able to make it a little bit easier for Kiara, because I got a feeling obviously we're going to do 20 of the first book, 20 of the second, 10 of the, 10 and so forth. So I want to make it a little bit easier to be able to read the comments.
Otherwise, what I can do is flip this around.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
See if you can use this here. And if you need to scroll down the comics, you can.
All right, cool. So let's let's try and go with that.
All of
Well, you're
them.
literally getting 17 different things that she doesn't need. Like brain overload.
You want your comments? Here's your comments. Have all the
I'll
comments.
tell you what,
you
Kiara,
want.
do it the way you want to do it, or whatever. I don't want to change you up. Do it the way you want to do it. Whatever makes it easiest for you. Let's go with that. All right.
You're like a hacker. You got 3 computer screens going on.
So it looks like we're
Show my
ready.
face real quick, 'cause
Yeah,
it's literally
can we do some Kiara cam?
here.
We have Kiara cam?
Which one? Which camera?
Oh, this. You know what? We can do Kiara cam on this guy here.
'Cause I'm
Kiara cam. First of all, we want to get Kiara on the stream because first of all, it is been a little bit since we've seen Kiara.
Hi, Kiara.
All right, can we do this like in the next
Yes.
Okay.
Fine.
All right. Or maybe we have to skip it. All right, are we good to go?
Yeah, here's your Kiara cam. You want a Kiara cam?
You want some Kiara cam? We're getting Kiara cam. Is what we're doing.
You
all right.
want a Kiara cam? There's Kiara.
There's an overwhelmed
There.
Kiara. Kiara's got literally 17 computers to look at. Now she's got Noah's. Let's make it 4. She's got one iPad, her laptop, and then a laptop behind that, and then Noah's laptop.
This is the digital
laptop.
age. This is the 21st century.
Apparently, yeah, we're literally going. Gary, how could you not use a computer? What are you talking about? You don't use a computer. All right. I don't know what you speak of. How do you not know you use a computer? All right. So are we ready to rock on? All right. Let's do this, dude. So the first book is Arnold. All right. We're doing Arnold. All right. Arnold is in honor of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Total Recall, which will be movie night, which I believe is tomorrow, right?
Yep.
We're doing movie night. All right, so this book is only $10. Again, try and keep in mind half of the proceeds are going to go to my main man Enrique over at Comic Hero U. So first off, this is a variant. It's a cover by Ian MacDonald. As you can see, the Ian MacDonald is absolutely slamming beyond slamming. So first of all, you're getting a standalone story. It is our May the 4th story, which is written by Dave. And also David Wall too as well. So you're getting a standalone story in there. It is our 2022 May the 4th, our cosplay special. And then what's also really cool about this is not only are you getting a short story in there too as well, which has Cindy in there, but then you're also getting all these May the 4th covers on the inside. So there's one of our older Paul Green, a little cosplay going on right there. Then you're also getting some of these covers. These are also on the inside of the book too as well. So you're getting all these May the 4th cosplay covers, little Ebass, little slave leg going on right there. And then also too, just absolutely phenomenal cover art by Bobby Breed, Riviero, Alfredo Reyes, just absolutely phenomenal cosplay covers, all in that Star Wars theme. Little Mike DeBalfo there. That's one of my favorite Mike DeBalfos. I have to show that. I'm going to go over and give Mike DeBalfo a big sloppy kiss in Phoenix. I can guarantee you on that. So again, we're looking for Arnold. I'm sure we got 20 of those. I'm sure it's sold out. So what I'm going to do is give Kiera a little bit of time to catch up. So the one thing I want to kind of mention too about Enrique's store is not only does he have comics, not only does he have statues, not only does he have tons and tons of stuff, but the man has pinball. All right. I was looking there. I saw Street Fighter. I saw Mortal Kombat. And I'm going to tell you right now, I literally said to Casey, I got to go to his store right now. We have to go right now. I want to be transported to Comic Hero U. Just a freaking phenomenal store. Like, I can't, my brain would be completely on overload. Being able to play pinball, being able to play some Street Fighter, maybe go see a movie later, maybe come back and do a little shopping at the store too as well. I would just completely be on overload at Enrique's store. So just an absolutely fantastic local comic shop to Fullerton. He's out in Fullerton, California. And I can tell you right now, I highly recommend going to that store if you guys are out on the West Coast. Have a chance to be able to stop by his shop. So what we're going to do is we're going to take down the names for those people that are getting the book. It looks like it's Neil, looks like Ed LaChance, looks like Werner, looking like John Salas, Jamie West. What we're going to do is we're going to post all the people that got book number 1 or Arnold into the notes. So that way you guys have an idea of who got it. Also, too, we try and keep in mind, too, we are using StreamYard, and StreamYard couples not only Facebook Live, but YouTube Live, and then also Twitch as well. So although
using Restream now. I'm sorry, it's the first one.
What?
We're using Restream now. That's the new
Restream,
format.
no longer whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is this relevant?
Well, I thought it was fun. I know.
All right.
Objection, Your Honor.
my point being, or whatever, try and keep in mind, if you see your name as one of the first on Facebook, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are one of the first to get the book in our eyes. Like, because again, I would say YouTube Live and Twitch are faster. So try and keep that in mind as you guys are shopping. All right, so let's go to book number 2. Book number 2 is going to be Sharon. All right, Sharon. All right, so I'm looking for Sharon on this bad boy. This is $20. Sharon! Focus on your job over there, you all right? It's gonna take you 15 minutes to write down these names. All right, get focused over there. All right, that is not Sharon right there. That is the Z-rated version.
Oh, no.
Can we see if we can get the right book up there? Sharon is not that. Sharon is this.
We'll call this.
All right, that's not Sharon either. That's Sharon. Thank you there. All right, so now do I point this out when should I be saying something right now? All right, Sharon, again, it's $20. Again, it's a cover by John Royle. Again, you're getting Jasmine, which is kind of fitting because we just covered our Myths and Legends Jasmine, which actually spotlights our Jasmine character, which is kind of cool. So again, John Royle, this is also the same book. It's that May the 4th cosplay special. It is that May the 4th, 2022, May the 4th cosplay special. Again, has the short story and then also has those covers on the inside too as well that I showed you earlier. This one is $20. The reason why it's $20 is a limited $299. There's only 299 made of this cover. Try and keep in mind one of the reasons why we're only selling 20 of these and why we only sold 20 of Arnold too as well is we give a lot of these books to the stores that are actually on this Diamond Retailer program. So they are selling our books, and in order to hit certain levels of selling those books, these are incentives that they are able to buy and sell to people directly. Okay, so what we're looking for here is Sharon, and again, we're only doing 20 of these bad boys. It is the $2.99 print run, and again, it's a cover by John Royle. So if you're interested in this book, just go ahead and put into the notes. We're looking for Sharon. We're not looking for book 2. Sharon Whipple will do, Mike. If you were one of the 20, that will work. But hopefully you were able to jump in there. All right, so it looks like we're getting. I got Jim Conway. I got Chris Franklin. I got Matt Grizzle. I got Neil Varay. Christopher West, Phil Zill. Phil, I am going to lick your books, dude, all right? Just so you know that, Phil, because I'm sending your order out. I got Edward LaChance. I got Michael Miller. I got the Kang. Kang, I need you to go to Phoenix, dude. If you were out in Vegas, I need you to go to Phoenix too, dude, all right? I need the Kang. Give me the Kang. It was Kang, all right? Kang, I want the Kang. Also, too, Nick came in, dude. Do you guys know that? Did you guys meet Nick? Not only did we have Nick Head, but we actually had Physical Nick. Physical Nick actually came in, signed Shang #1. So a lot of you that are getting Secret Stash, I'm going to reveal to you now, you're going to be getting some Shang 1, signed by the head himself. All right, signed by Nick, the great Nick Head. Arr, I was signing books. Nick,
Yarr!
how did you like signing all your books?
Arr! It was tough on me teeth because I got no R's.
Literally was holding a pen right in his mouth right there, right in his coconut head, being able to sign those books. And this is what I'm talking about, dude. We got to work on your abilities next time, all right? Can we revamp this next time so that we actually have a full screen? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely work on that.
Okay.
That's hard.
All right. Yeah, it's going to work with 20, 20, and 10, 10, and 5, but it's not going to work going forward.
No.
Okay. All right, so let's rock on. Let's go to the third one in our stream right here. We're going to Ironside. All right, Ironside. All right, Ironside is going to be this book. Again, this is $40. If you're interested in the book, put it into the notes, Ironside. And again, we're doing at least 10 of these bad boys. I'm glad to see we got the right one on this bad boy. We're good to go. All right, Ironside again. It's also still that May the 4th cosplay, the 2022 Diamond Special. This is what we call our gold. It is a limited $199. So Ironside, we're only going to do the first 10 people. Try and keep in mind, if you are not one of the first 10, realize that your book is going to a good shop that is going to be selling this anyway. All right. So again, we're only doing 10 of these bad boys. The only time that you'll see these books reappear would possibly in a flash sale. I know Joe did a flash sale, I think, on some of the Elias Chadzudas, I think, covers from last year. I want to say they were October. Joe did a flash sale on those bad boys. But for the most part, we let all these books go to the comic shops that are selling these, that are in part of our Diamond program too as well, and doing really well with them. The reason why this is $40 is a limited $199. Again, we're only taking 10 names on this bad boy. Again, this is what we would call our lingerie version, or our John Royle gold collectible. There's only 199 made of this book. And again, it has it on the same interior. Again, the story by Dave Wall and Dave Franchini too as well. Has a little Cindy in there too as well. And then also too, again, has those Star Wars cosplay covers that I mentioned too before, which is kind of cool. So whenever we do a covers only book, whether it is something in conjunction with the armed forces that we do, whether we do it as a swimsuit, we've done just cosplay in general specials. This happens to be like a May the 4th. May the 4th be with you cosplay specials too as well. These books always tend to sell out. They always tend to do really, really well. Tammy, if you're freezing, make sure you refresh, darling. So again, if you're interested in this, it's Ironside. I'm sure we sold all 10. Let's rock and roll. Looks like Kiara's ready to rock and roll, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to the fourth book and the last book that we're doing as far as the Diamond books are concerned. This one we are doing Recall. All right, Recall, and it's $75. All right, and I got my fantastic Z-rated going on there. I don't wait. Let's do a look here. Go ahead, put yours up. Let's do a little compare and contrast. There is Z Ted. All right, Z Ted. And I think last time I put this up, somebody said, "Where's Ted? And why is Ted on this book?" All right, Ted's privileged is what Ted is. Mm-hmm. Ted's feeling it right now. Maybe I shouldn't say Ted. So again, we're looking for Recall. Again, we're only doing the top 5 that we get. It is $75. This is a 99 print run or a 100 print run. It's 99, only 99 made of this bad boy. Again, same book on the inside. That May the 4th, 2022 cosplay special. but this is there's only 99 made of this bad boy. I can tell you right now, it is very sheer. All right, and very sheer. Okay, so I'm not going to mess around with this. We're not doing any oopsies. Jay, I feel bad about my oopsies in the last stream. Kiera, I want you to know that I did some severe oopsies.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw? Oh, that's right. That's right. I traumatized your son, didn't I? I'm telling you right now, he was probably happy though. I'm sure he was happy.
Wasn't fully watching.
He wasn't really watching. He was just
No.
kind of doing and on and that kind of thing.
Yeah. He
All right,
was
well, that's
in the
good work
back,
out of
we were playing peekaboo.
So you're playing some peekaboo. I was playing some peekaboo
I
too.
know.
I was playing some peekaboo too, and I can tell you right now, I was doing pretty well with it.
Then I was turning around, I turned towards the TV as I was saying Pika, and I was just like, oh.
Oh, there they are, and they're out. And Jay is screwing up, is what he's doing. All right, so if you're interested in the print is just 30. This is a limited 25 print, meaning there's only 25 made of this bad boy. First and foremost, I want to kind of show the logo, which is absolutely badass by Comic Hero U. Big fan of this logo. There it is right there. So if you're interested in the print, just go ahead and put the print into the notes. Just put print number 1, and it shall be yours. Perhaps you missed out on book 4, which was Recall. If you missed out on the book, you can get the 11x17 print. Try and keep in mind this is an 11x17, okay? So it's a full print. This is not a mini. You are getting the full print here. Pencils by John Royle, and then Ula Moss doing an absolutely fantastic job on the color, as she always does. All right. So again, the print is $30, and it is based on our platinum level, or the 199, or excuse me, the 99 print run. There's only 25 made of this print. Enrique, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold back a few of these bad boys. I'll shoot you an email if you want to get some of these at wholesale. You definitely can, my man, in case you want to keep maybe like 1 or 2. I got a feeling that your fan who's interested in All the Sun is going to be interested in this John Royle because she's probably a huge fan of your shop. I would imagine she would be into this too as well. This is a John Royle, and again, it is a 11x17. Phenomenal print. Just put print number 1 into the notes, and it shall be yours. All right. So the last thing I want to talk about is the pack. So we are doing 3 books in the pack like we always do. Try and keep in mind that the pack is $250. The reason why it's $250 is the value of the books themselves that make up the pack are, to me, worth well over the cost of the pack itself. So first off, I got a little flash. There it is right there. There's the trio right there. So I'm not even going to show the books. That's a fantastic job right there. I think I'm digging this for this. So again, you're getting the Robin Hood Home Sweet Home, which I believe is on the right-hand side of your screen, on the left-hand side of mine. Or I'm sorry, it is on the left-hand side of your screen. You're seeing this just as I am. So it's a Sunko Manaki right there. That is Robin Hood Home Sweet Home, and I believe it's cover E as in Edgar. You're also getting the Flash Showcase too as well. That was our movie night. We did Flash Gordon probably quite a few months back. Just put pack, special pack, or just put pack 1 into the notes. Again, it's $250 for the pack. Try and keep in mind you're getting 2 topless covers, 1 being a showcase, 1 being a exclusive, and then you're also getting the Flash Showcase too as well. When that showcase came out, it was $50. When the showcase came out, it was $100. When the movie night Starship Troopers one came out, that was also $100. So easily a $250 value. I would imagine on eBay these are probably going for a lot more though now. So right now we're doing these for $250. So if you're interested in all 3, just put the pack into the notes and it shall be yours. So it looks like we're past 5 o'clock right now. So a couple of things I want to kind of remind you guys of. First of all, we do NCW every Wednesday with Amber. NCWs are with Amber. Most of the time she'll have a writer on there, special guests and so on and so forth for NCWs. NCWs are at 3 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. I believe 3 p.m. Eastern time. We also do Coffee with Casey and Noah. That's 1 o'clock on Mondays. I would assume you guys are not doing this Monday coming though, right?
Probably
This Monday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, so wait, I think this Monday is actually Memorial Day.
Yeah,
So I think we're off
probably.
period. So it'll be Tuesday. So look for Coffee with Casey and Noah on Tuesday of next week. We also got Phoenix Comic-Con or Phoenix Fan Fusion. Not Phoenix Comic-Con. It used to be Phoenix Comic-Con. Phoenix Fan Fusion, that is coming up this weekend. If you guys want to be able to meet me, Casey and Noah, we'll be at the booth. I'm not sure if we actually have our booth number. Do we have our booth number that we can kind of post and let people know that where we're staying? If you can find that, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Phoenix is not that huge of a show where you won't be able to find us. I got a feeling, I know we are right across from Raven Gregory. So hopefully we're going to be really close to Raven. I'll have some books that Raven will be able to sign at that show too as well. I have stuff for Howard Mackey too as well. Howard did a little bit of writing for us too as well. So that's Phoenix Comic Con. I think the weekend following that we go to, is it Awesome Con or is there like a week in between?
No.
So there's no week in between. So we're going right to Awesome Con. So we're going to be down in DC the following weekend. So not this weekend coming is Phoenix, and then the following weekend will be Awesome Con. You guys can find our convention schedule, our live convention schedule, actually on the backs of our books or inside the books. The one thing I want to say about this is I know we're not going to Denver. We're trying to go to Chicago, Rosemont. I believe it's Wizard World Chicago, or I don't know. If it's Fan Expo now. It's Fan Expo. So there's kind of our convention schedule there. I can tell you right now, we're definitely doing San Diego, definitely doing C2E2, definitely doing Emerald City. We're definitely having the Philly VIP event. No question about it. I need you guys to go to the Philly VIP event. If you're not sure what VIP is, make sure you go to our web store, find out a little bit more information about VIP. All right. And then we'll also, of course, be doing New York Comic Con in October at the end of the year. You can also find our movie night schedule in the backs of our books too as well. Hopefully it's in the back of this book right here. And it's not, but it does have our convention schedule, our stream schedule. So there's our stream schedule there. So we do live streams much like this. We usually do them like a Wednesday, a Thursday, possibly a Thursday and a Friday, that kind of thing. To be able to lead you into your weekend. There's our stream schedule there that we have. We just did a phenomenal cosplay stream in which we had a cosplay contest. And I can tell you right now, it's easily one of the most fun I've had watching our cosplay contest in years. It was just absolutely phenomenal. Some absolutely phenomenal costumes. All right, so Noah, unless I think you got anything else you want to add?
I saw some people asking questions about the VIP event, Antonio and Joshua. We don't have any concrete information on it yet.
Yeah, so what I would say is stay tuned to social media as far as the VIP event in Philly is concerned. We'll be posting who's going there. Obviously, we're definitely going to have Joe, Ralph, David Wall, Dave Franchini too as well. We are going to have some artists at that event, and I can tell you right now, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I think you can already buy tickets now for Philly, can you, or no? We haven't put that on our web store yet
For the
VIP Fest. Not just yet. All right, so stay tuned to our social media as far as who the artists are going to be. I can tell you right now, it's going to be some absolutely fantastic artists. I know one for sure. I don't know if I want to reveal that person, but we're working on two others, and I would say we're working on those two others.
I do think we confirmed with the interview in the last stream that Chad Elias
is definitely all right. So Elias is the one that I was thinking is definitely going to be going for sure. So stay tuned to our social media as far as more information about the VIP Philly event. And I want to say a huge thank you to Noah for doing that interview with Enrique at Comic Hero U.
Huge thank you to Enrique for doing the interview with me. And thank you for Jason for doing the sales segment and kicking butt. And thank you for Casey for doing all the cool tech stuff and trying out the new program. And thanks to Kiera for writing down names and keeping track of orders and stuff.
Yep,
and thank you to you, the viewer at home, for sticking around.
Yeah, thanks to all you guys for joining us. I think that's it. We want to say a huge thank you. Thanks for supporting local comic shops. Thank you guys out there. Later.